Don't heed it, Beckman. Don't heed it. You see everything through your little respirator glasses. You see everything distorted, Beckman. Pay no attention. There used to be a time when people would read the evening newspaper in those green Cape Town lights. And they would just be too afraid of people being kidnapped in Boston. Just get up and live!
No. I don't want to get up again. I'm having such a wonderful dream. I'm lying in the road, dying. My lungs won't work, my heart won't work, and my legs won't work. The whole Beckman won't work. Did you hear? Rank disobedience. Corporal Beckman refuses to work. Hey! Terrific,
Come on, Beckman. You must go further.
Further. Further. Downwards, you mean further downwards, or bas, as the French say. Down's so wonderful, you know. I had no idea. I believe death must be quite tolerable. So far, no one's come back because he can't stand death. Perhaps death's quite nice. Perhaps much nicer than life. Perhaps. Do you know, I believe I'm already in heaven. I can no longer feel, and that's as though when we're in heaven, not to feel any longer. Old man, are you God?
I'm God, my boy. Poor boy.
Oh, so you're God. Who actually called you that? God. Mankind or you yourself?
Mankind calls me God.
Odd. They must be very odd men who call you that. They must be the contented, the replete, the happy ones, and those who are afraid of you, who walk in the sunshine and love, contented or replete, and who are frightened every night. They say, dear God, dear God. But I don't say, dear God. Did you hear? I don't know, dear God. What exactly were you dear God? Were you dear when you let my little son who was just 1 year old, be torn to pieces by a screaming bomb? Were you dear God, when you had him murdered?
I didn't have him murdered.
No, quite right. You only permitted it. You didn't heed when he screamed and the bombs roared. Where were you when the bombs roared? Where were you, God? Were you dear when 11 men from my patrol were missing? 11 men too few, dear God, and you weren't there. You just weren't there. When in fact were you dear then? When? When have you ever bothered yourself about us, God?
No one believes in me. I'm the God that no one believes in. And no one cares about me. None of you care about me.
Has God studied his theology? Who's supposed to care for whom? Oh, you're old, God. You're old-fashioned. You can't cope with the long list of our dead and our agonies. We no longer know you, God. You're a fairy tale. Today we need a new one, you know? One for our misery, our fear, a completely new one. Oh, we've searched for you, God, in every shithole, in every night, in every ruin. Where were you, God? Where were you, huh? We roared for you, wept for you. Where are you tonight? Have you turned away from us? Have you completely walled yourself in your old fine churches? Can't you hear our cries through the shattered windows, God? Where are you?
My children have turned away from me. Not I from them. You from me. You from me. I'm the God that no one believed in. You have turned away from me.
Go away, old man. You're spoiling my death. You're a tearful theologist. You twist the phrases. Who cares for whom? Who's turned away from whom? You're dead, God. Live. Live. Live with us at night when it's cold and lonely and the stomach hungers in the silence. Live with us, God. Oh, go away, you ink-blooded theologist. You pitiful old man.
My child, I can't help it. I can't help it.
That's it, God. We fear you no longer. We love you no longer. You're old-fashioned. The theologists have let you grow old. Look at you, God. Look at you. Your trousers are patched. Your soles are worn out. And your voice has grown too soft for the thunder of our time. We can no longer hear you, God.
No one hears me. No one hears me anymore. You are too loud!
Or are you too quiet, God? Have you too much ink? Too much thin theologist ink? Go, old man, you have walled yourself into the churches. Go. But before total darkness falls, make sure you find a hole somewhere or a dark forest or a new suit. Otherwise they'll shove everything onto your shoulders when it's gone wrong. Go. Go, old man. And don't fall into the dark. The road is very precipitous and strewn with skeletons. Hold your nose, God, and sleep. Oh, sleep as well as ever, old man. Good night.
A new suit. Or a dark forest. Poor child.
Yes! Go! Good night!
Poor child.
It's hardest nowadays for the old people who can't adapt themselves to new conditions. We're all outside. Even God's outside and no one opens a door for him. Only death. At last, only death has a door for us. And I'm on my way there.